Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a while. Life has just gotten busy, as if September wasn't busy enough where I didn't have much time to film. All of a sudden it's like, hey, we have to move. So maybe I'll let you guys know a little bit more about that, but basically it's apartment hunting, packing, unpacking, settling in, and finally being able to have time to fit in filming, putting together, you know, like where I film in general. I do like that I have a little bit more space. You probably can't tell that I'm somewhere different because I still have my background. It's the same, but maybe on Snapchat or something we'll do like a quick little preview. One of these days I do have to film a, you know, behind what's my beauty filming situation going on here. But I have been wanting to film this video for the longest, and this is a review and demo of the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Foundation. I had originally actually bought this foundation a while ago, but the color was way too light. In general, I think it was too light, but then I feel like I was maybe matching it more towards my like regular skin tone shade, which is a lot lighter than what I have. My tanning situation has been somehow I tanned a lot more this summer, so I definitely had to return that. And when going to Sephora to return it to try to find another shade, they had shades for me to try, but they of course were out of stock. So, you know, I was like, should I, you know, kind of, you know, just wait on it, or you know what, let's get color matched and then we can just order it online yet again, because I really wanted to do this review for you guys. So the shade that I actually bought right now, this is the shade 260. So this is my tan shade. This is not like normally what I am, but originally, I don't, no offense to Sephora girls, I don't know how much training, you know, kind of goes on there, but in general, like, I kind of have a good idea of what, like, my skin tone, like, shade is, whether, like, tan or, like, a little bit lighter. But for some reason, right away, she's like, oh, let's try 330, and she's like, that looks good. I was like, girl, that does not look good. Like, I can see it. Like, I get maybe you're trying to match everything, but no. And then she was like, maybe 300. I was like, oh, okay, thanks, and just kind of waited for her to leave, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna match myself. So 260 for when I'm tan was a pretty good shade for me. It's kind of like on that medium and still has like those neutral shades. So I like it. I will say that it does kind of oxidize, not too intense. You can't really notice it on camera, but I think I did a pretty good job with matching myself. I know people are super excited about this foundation because one, it's Rihanna, and two, they came out with 40 different shades right off the bat. So definitely very inclusive. I know it's definitely a complaint. I do a lot of foundation reviews, and it's definitely a complaint with some foundations where it's like, you know, even for me who's like on the lighter side, first of all, the fact that they don't cater to a lot of darker or tan skin tones, or just in general, just like the shade selection is just not that great. And I feel like a lot of brands really need to, like, you know, take notice, step it up, because it's obviously, you know, it's possible. It's possible to be inclusive to all skin tones, skin shades, from very, very light to very, very dark. It's just a matter of fact of whether you want to do it or not. And, you know, that's just telling me, hey, maybe you don't want to do it. I get it. Maybe you want to kind of test out a product first, but if you come out like Rihanna and the Fenty Beauty team did with 40 different shades, you're going to be received very, very well, and people are going to be really excited about that. So when I kind of first heard about the Rihanna line, I was kind of like, do I want to try it? I don't know. But the one who had reached out to me about it was my sister. She's like, have you tried anything? What do you think? What do you think? I was like, oh man, for my sister who doesn't really care much about makeup at all, to say, you know, like, hey, what, you know, have you tried it out? And she has oily skin, so I was like, you know what, let me check it out, see how I feel about dry skin. I was like, you know what, let's do it. Let's check out this foundation. And I was like, you know, I like Rihanna. I am down to try this out. All the like Kylie and Kim Kardashian makeup, I was like, I'm not even touching that. Like, I do watch the Kardashians, but I watch it more for entertainment, not because like I idolize them or like them. Like, you know what, you guys are just kind of slapping your name on yet another product. And then the fact that Kim Kardashian is like selling little chodes in a twist up, you know, little bottle, I'm like, no thank you. Like, I'm not paying $50 for that. But Rihanna, we will try out this foundation, and finally I got the right shade for me, and now I have time to film this as well. The fact that it's also $34 at Sephora, for a product to be $34, a foundation, $34 at Sephora, that's actually kind of on the lower side, more affordable side, because a lot of foundations at Sephora are usually around the $40 to $45 and above dollar mark. So $34 seemed pretty reasonable to want to check it out. And it's medium to full coverage, so they claim. I would say definitely, I would agree, it is medium to full coverage, depending on how much you apply in the beginning. I think you can even get like that really light coverage if you kind of mix it with like oil or anything. And they did say this was for all skin types. The fact that they say it's a soft matte, I was like, well, what type of a matte, what type of a soft matte? Is this a matte that's gonna agree with my dry skin? I have dry skin, and I feel like there's definitely different levels of dry skin. There's definitely like intense levels of dry skin, which I feel like I'm definitely kind of up there. Some people who is like, oh, you might get dry patches occasionally. It's like, which is not dry skin. You have oily skin, but maybe dry patches. No. It's different. So I'm definitely up there where in order to wear some sort of foundation that's even demi matte, that has the word matte, maybe even satin, I have to moisturize really, really well. And for me, I would have preferred to maybe try this out in the summertime, because that's probably like the best time for me to try out any type of matte foundation, anything that's not luminous, it's not dewy. And right now it is October, so it's like, alright, this is really a test to see, you know. October in Chicago, let me specify. I am in Chicago, I'm in the Midwest. I'm not anywhere like California or Florida where it's like, you know, the highest is like 6 degrees, or you know, you freak out because it's like that. But no, there's different levels of weather here. It changes. So there's definitely really cold, and then there's really hot. But trying it out in the fall time, where I do have to take those extra steps to hydrate, whether it's with a moisturizer, a type of serum, or even with a mask, I have to say I'm surprised how much I am enjoying this foundation. I don't love it. I feel like maybe because of my skin type, but I was impressed. Like, it's not it's not overly dehydrating. I do have to, you know, kind of moisturize with the serum right now, but I feel like that's just my skin situation right now. Like, I just haven't had time to kind of take care of it. So I have been, you know, kind of, as my moisturizer has been that serum for it. But usually when I try a matte foundation, like, I could feel it kind of like shrivel up and tighten my skin because it is so matte, and this doesn't do it for me. I was very impressed with the coverage, that I can build it up from medium to definitely full coverage. I feel like I definitely built it up a little bit more, but I love how it does look on camera. I think it looks really nice, really flawless on camera. I think for me, this is maybe a foundation that if I really wanted to use and really wanted that like nice flawless finish to my skin, I think summertime. If you're dry skin, I think summertime would be a great time to try out this foundation. I would say still try it out, but really you have to take those extra steps to hydrate. But I think I kind of want to keep this for the summertime to really see if, you know, kind of steps it up for me a little bit more. Because I do have dry skin, I haven't even tried it with the brush, because, you know, it just, with a beauty blender alone, I feel like it just kind of gave me the best results that it could. So if you're dry skin, definitely try it with a beauty blender. I think it really helps give it that flawless type of a finish. I think with just, I've tried this like really light kind of makeup day with just one layer. I liked how it looks, and then today building it up together 2 layers. Even on my dry skin, it's not hard to blend out, to blend in. I think it's really easy, really flawless. So I'm really excited to hear what maybe anyone with a normal to maybe even oily skin type. To me, I feel like the finish feels like a satin with like a hint of a demi matte for my dry skin. So I feel like for normal to oily skin, it might feel like maybe a demi matte, maybe more of a satin finish, because you do maybe have more of those oils that I wish that I kind of had in the fall and winter time. So if you've tried it and you have normal to, you know, oily skin, definitely let me know if you have liked it. If you're dry skin, let me know if you've liked it. I honestly was surprised at, you know, kind of, I like the way that it wears throughout the day. Because I do feel like, you know, with dry skin, with any foundation, I feel like I always need to kind of set it with some Fix Plus just to kind of help it, you know, like bring some moisture back and just make it look a little flawless, less powdery. Normally I go in with my Max Mineralize Skin Finish Natural with any foundation to lightly set it, but with this one I definitely very, very lightly set it. I barely even touch my nose. More than anything, I try to hit the areas where I'm going to add a contour and highlight and blush later, just so it blends out flawlessly. But even if you wanted to skip the powder, I feel like you probably could, because this doesn't like set like very sticky. For me, I will say that I feel like it sets a lot quicker than any other type of foundation, because it is a matte foundation. Normally my Luminous foundations take a while to set, but I feel like it does set really quickly. So really, you know, kind of go a little bit faster working it into the skin. Maybe it could just be my dry skin, that's why it sets a little bit quicker. I did also really like the longevity of this foundation. Maybe it could be my dry skin, or you know, maybe it might be different if you have oily skin. You might feel like it's like kind of melting away or something, but for my dry skin, I feel like maybe it's been on like the warmer days. I feel like with that like added like sweat, it felt very sweat resistant. Maybe I kind of like that extra sweat and oils coming through for me, but I really liked it. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel cakey. Being a medium to full coverage foundation, it feels really, really light, really breathable, and that's something that's very important for me for dry skin. When trying something, a mattifying foundation, it needs to feel like just very comfortable and breathable, when normally it's the opposite. When I try something matte, like I just feel like, oh, I just want to take this off of my face. It's breaking up. At first I was like, maybe is it like breaking up because, you know, I was highlighting with concealer today. I didn't add that, and I feel like it's less drying. I'm not adding any powders up there, so really minimalize the powders when trying a mattifying foundation. If you have dry skin, oily skin, go for it. Cake it on, girl. Overall though, I feel like I'm just surprised at how much I did not dislike this foundation being a mattifying foundation. It's not super intensely matte, so I feel like if your skin's like extremely dry, maybe not. If you have like moderately dry skin, you know, where if you kind of like hydrate it well using different products, you kind of get an idea of what works for you, then I would say, you know what, maybe give it a try. Normal to oily skin, I would say definitely check it out. I feel like for that, it'll probably just depends on the intensity of your oils. But I feel like for me, I was like, should I keep it? Should I, you know, send it back? For me, I'm like, I really want to see how this performs in the summertime. I feel like for me, for dry skin, this would be a really great summertime foundation, because that's definitely where I get a little bit more sweaty, where like I actually get oily in the summertime. So I'm like, you know what, maybe I will save this for when it gets warmer out. I hope you guys enjoyed that review and demo for the Fenty Beauty foundation, especially if you're dry skin. More than anything, if you're ever curious about a foundation, especially if it's at Sephora, get a sample, test it out, try it out, to not only get color matched, but then also to see how you like it first, or in general, if you even buy the product and you don't like it. I feel like Sephora has a really great return policy, so you know what, kind of check it out, test it out for a couple more days, see if you like, you know, 1 pump, 2 pumps, 3 pumps. I feel like more than 2 pumps you really don't need. I feel like 2 pumps gives you a really nice flawless finish. But let me know if you guys have tried it, what's your skin type, and you know, how you liked it, or if you didn't like it. If you're dry skin and you really want to try this foundation like I did, just take those extra steps to really hydrate your skin. Maybe I will make, if you guys are interested in a video for like my favorite skincare products for dry skin, I can definitely make that video for you guys, because I know it can be a struggle starting around like the fall time, maybe like end of September, you know, going into winter. That's when that is most necessary and important, because I know the feeling of just feeling like your foundation is just like crumbling off of your face. I understand that. So if you guys are interested in that video, definitely, you know, leave a comment down below, let me know. But I'm so excited to be back and filming. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with some more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.